My name's Johnny Cash. Oh no, sorry. I've got a bit of white on me today, so... Good evening, Derby. Oh no, sorry, Nottingham. Always get them two places mixed up, you know. They remind me of Leicester, they do. Always goes down a Strawberry in Leicester, that one. Anyway, one day this woman, doesn't matter where she was from, she did the washing, hung it on the line broke, all the washing fell in the mud. She wasn't annoyed though. She did the washing again, as the line was broke. The next door neighbour kindly lent the crazy paving to spread it out on. Unfortunately, the dog from a few doors up the road come along with his muddy feet on, treading all over the washing, didn't miss an item. When she saw what was done, she said, "Oh dear, this is true greatness, but only people who have done washing know that." Bit of respect for ladies who do washing there. I do my own washing, I do, you know. That's why I look a bit of a state most of the time, but made the effort tonight, you know, guys. It was Loughborough. Good place, Loughborough. Pity I'm in Leicester, that's what I thought to myself. Anyway, today's topic, to teach you all a lesson, is all about people drinking weird beer. You know, got here, couldn't get a decent beer, I couldn't. So I haven't had a drink tonight, so you better make the most of the fact that I'll be on for at least 3 hours. When I've had a few, I tend to get lazy and just go home after, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, you know. Had these blokes in Wolverhampton the other night come down from Preston, moaning, I only did 2.5 hours. I thought, what are you moaning for? They said, well, from Preston. I said, well, that explains it then. You know what they're like, people from Lancashire? Not as bad as people from Leicestershire. Anyway, this sermon, sorry I was digressing there, but I'm a kind of trendy kind of chap who, you know, topics, they come flying by and I decide to go with them. Then I realised I'm talking too fast if I'm going to be on for 3 hours, so I better slow down a bit. Anyway, walking down this road the other day, this is 25 years ago, but remember it well. This bloke come up to me. He said, "Morning, Vicar." I said, "It's a good idea that, mate. I'll remember that for the future." So I finally took his advice. Took me a long time to, you know, be accepted. You know what it's like with the church. Fussy like they are, you know. But I persevered, and here I am tonight, too. So you've got a few people to thank for me turning up tonight. You got Jesus. This chap, God, I think his name is. I think that's about it, isn't it? You don't want to thank the devil, though. I might end up doing some rock and roll music for you. So I'll do my best to avoid that. Anyway, there I was, saw these little kids the other day, you know, causing trouble. I said, "Oi, you lot." I said, "Clear off, Baldy." It's a true story. You know what they're like, these kids today, eh? Sure there's one or two in Leicester. I heard all these police sirens, ambulances, reminded of the place I live, you know, hotbed of trouble and all that kind of thing. Torquay it's called, you know. They have all this intimidation going on, you know, in the local paper. People are frightened to walk down certain roads because people drop cigarette ends on the floor, you know. It does worry me from time to time, you know. Especially when they throw chips at you. That's getting violent then, I can't, you know. I'd sooner live in where we were yesterday, near some part of Birmingham where, you know, they like to shoot you, they do. So, you know, I'd sooner have, at least you know you're going to get shot, you know. You can't expect a chip every minute of the second coming flying at you, can you? Well, I got used to it now. I used to write to the local paper about it, I did, but I think they got fed up with me, you know. They waited for some other character to write the same story a week later. Anyway, the topic tonight is intimidation. I was looking out the window of my front room a few years ago. Half an hour later, the police knocked at the door. I said, "What's up, mate?" He said, "We've had complaints from the neighbours." I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "You were looking out the window." I said, "Oh, well, it's raining, you know, just checking how the rain was getting on." He said, "Oh, but the trouble is they complained of intimidation." I said, "Well, I'll remember that topic for the future." And I said, "Well, you know, what was the problem? Was it not raining hard enough for them?" Or he said, "No, they had some frozen food in the boot and never worried it was going to thaw out." Good neighbours I've got, you know. Eventually I got to move, you know. Took me 4 years. Used to do me act in the backyard, you know. Went down well with the other neighbours. I forgot now all about intimidation. So I do forgive and forget, that's my trouble. Apart from I remembered that one. This makes a change because I've forgotten it for the last couple of weeks. But the other story, when winter time, you know, when the kids like to have a little play in the snow. Where we live, it only snows for half an hour a year. All the kiddies came out to play in the snow. That snow meaning get enough to make a snowball off someone's bonnet, you can. They called the police again. The police came round, they said, "We hear you've been thieving." I said, "Hey? Sir, you robbed the next door neighbour's snow." I said, I'll put it back in the morning." So I did do. It was a bit brown, but you know, had a bit of dirt in it. But they didn't need it anyway, you know. Soon thawed away. When I burnt his car, you know. I wish I had it done. Another day, the police came round. Couldn't believe me luck, you know. Chap knocked on the door, he said, "I've had a complaint." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Criminal damage." I said, "What, has some criminal been damaged?" I said, "That chap next door should be a criminal with all his lies he keeps telling. And I shouldn't damage him, but I'm not that kind of chap, you know." He said, "No, you broke his windscreen on his car." I said, "Oh, did I?" He said, I said, "How'd you know that?" He said, "Because he said it must be you." So there you go, got arrested. Sent to the coppers down the station. I said, "Have you got any proof?" He said, "No, but we always believe that chap." I tell you what, John, I'm a bit parched up here. I wouldn't mind any chance of a cold bottled lager or something like that, please. Or any fans want to buy me a drink, feel free to do so. Anyway, that's enough of me intimidation for one day, I think, you know. I don't want you calling the police on me. I know what they're like, Leicestershire police. Be watching them all day, nothing to do. Driving around Ring Road, you know. I think they're having a good time. Anyway, I normally quieten down about now and think of them hard times I used to have, you know. Oh no, I didn't have any, that's right. That's why I've got nothing to say about the subject. Anyway, anyone been to Birmingham? Have you? Oh, only one chap from Birmingham. It ain't far. You want to get over there sometime, you know. Try and have a good time. It's a bit, cosmopolitan for your liking, though, I think. But I was in this pub in Birmingham, sat there, having a quiet pint. This bloke come up to me and said, "Hey, mate, where do you live?" I said, "Birmingham." He said, "Who do you support? You a blues fan?" I said, "No." He said, "That's the trouble. When you tell people you're from Birmingham, they always assume you're a blues fan." They made me laugh anyway. I've always remembered that one, you know. Pity the Villa can't be a bit more humorous, eh? Anyway, where was I? Oh God, Leicester, that's it. Well. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Hello. Oh, cheers, John, thank you. Right, you can all have a 5 minutes break while I drink this. Blimey. Not bad though. A mate of mine actually couldn't make it tonight. Only lives in Leicester. Anyway, I've got this mate of mine, long-haired chap. Don't know if you've seen any round here. It could have been him, you know. If you see him tomorrow, say, "Hey, you're a mate of Ted's, aren't you, mate?" He'd probably say, "Hey, who? What?" But that's what I told him to say, you know. The thing is about Leicester, it does annoy me, you know. You're walking along the road and then you see all these pop cans and fish and chip wrappers on the floor, you know. It just does annoy me, you know. I said to these kids the other day, I said, "Not you again, Baldy." Didn't even have time to open your mouth, you know. Kids today, eh? I like them, I do. Anyone who calls me Baldy, he's not wrong. I was on the internet the other day. Believe that, believe anything. But I got this message off this chap. He called me a little baldy C. I tell you, I was annoyed. Cheek. Well, I don't mind the baldy C bit, but little, no, that's taking it too far, I think. Well, it made me laugh. Well, we could have a breather now if you fancy. Anyone got a topic they want to hear a joke about? No? Well, I won't tell any jokes. That's your lot tonight then. You've had enough, I see. Thank you. And I ain't joking, huh? Music's on the loud side, so see you dancing to this one. Well, I was walking down the road the other day and this bloke come up to me and said, "Turn that music down, mate." I said, "No, I want the police to come around and arrest me, thank you." And it worked. Rightio. I might say your prayer later on tonight, but in the meantime, anyone got a topic they want to hear a joke about?
Genocide!
Who?
Genocide!
Genocide? Good group they were. I'll do an impression of the singer out of Genocide. Phil Collins, his name was. I do like a good sing-along, you know. I'll do another impression. I used to live in London actually, and I was in Tesco's and at the till, this woman whispered to her mate, "That's that bloke, that's that chap out of EastEnders." You know. And she went, "Oh yeah, Grant." I said, "No, I'm Phil, his brother, you silly old woman," I said to him. Couldn't tell in London, you know. Anyway, I rushed that one, but I've never told that one before, so if you forgive me for that. But he's a good bloke, old Grant, isn't he, eh? Oh, Graham is his name, sorry, mate. Graham Mitchell, the long-lost brother. I wonder what damage he would have done in London, eh? That's why I had to get out of London, you know. Too many Londoners in there for my liking. You're walking down the road, you say, all right, mate. You say, what are you looking at? I say, well, what? Oh, no, I weren't looking, I was looking at the pavement. I think, it's not a pavement. I said, oh, any chance of borrowing some pavement to walk home on? No, I had to get a taxi that night. Oh dear. Well. I'll turn this bit off. This is where the fun starts now. So I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I was hoping it'd all go weird. But it might do in a minute. Fair chance, I think. Right, let's have a bit of peace and quiet while my mate gets me a pint. Right, anyway, I'll get on to that story that I was going to tell you earlier about the lovely town you live in. Nuneaton, I find Aspidaslush, or something like that. You try saying that after half a whatever lager that is. Well rehearsed, eh? Anyway, I was in this village near there, and what it did annoy me about the teenagers and the pop cans and everything else, you know, it happens everywhere I go, I'm afraid. You know, if you want to put the punchline in at the end of that one, feel free to do so. I can't be bothered, you know. Told that one about 800 times. Just a bit fed up with it by now, you know. Told this one a good 1,200 times, I think, but I do like this one, so I shouldn't get this one wrong. Walking down the road the other day. Now you've heard it, sorry. I won't do that one again in the future. You what, mate?
Come on, do it.
Oh, I thought you said something else. I thought you'd nick the punchline. I thought, well, I won't bother doing it again then. No. I'll have a polite cough to that one as well. I'll have a nervous cough to that one. I was walking down this road, this long-haired bloke come up to me. He said, have you been to the Vale, man? I said, what, Port Vale? He said, no, Deeply Vale. You won't get that one unless you're
a hippie.
Or a long-haired chap. You can't tell the difference this day and age, eh? Just because you got long hair doesn't mean you're a hippie, that's what I say. And in fact, I think there's more baldy hippies than long-haired hippies. I should know, because I'm one of them. Anyway, where were we again? That joke that I'm halfway through and you rudely interrupted me. Let's forget that one then. Walking down the road the other day, this place, near Glastonbury it was, Taunton it was. This long-haired bloke was a bit lost. He said, tell us how far the railway station is away from here, mate. I said, 1 mile. He said, 1 mile. I said, no, hurry up and get off with you. I can't help it if I got a cold, I said. Another long-haired bloke walked up to me the other day. He said, do you want any grass, mate? I said, please, thanks. Right, anyone shout a number out? 10. I don't do 10, I think you know that. Oh no, I'll do 10. I haven't done it for 5 years. That's a joke, that one. It's more like 18. Set for track 2, buddy. Here we go. You haven't heard this one before. This woman did a washing the other day. She didn't hang it on the line though. She had the sense to go down the laundrette, you know. The other day she did this shopping, hung it on the line. The husband said, do you mind getting me tea off the line, please? Now I'll try and do some. It's one of them things with an arrow pointing that way. Don't know which one it is though. Oh dear. This one's for that chap in America, George Bush, and his best mate, Osama bin Laden. They like dancing to this one together, they do. Oh dear, they said to each other. But George Bush couldn't understand him though. Political humour, I haven't done that for 28 years. Started my career 27 years ago. So that's the first time I've ever done political humour. Anyway, I said to George Bush the other day, I said, "Oi, you!" He said, "What's up, Ted?" I said, "I'm a bit fed up, you know, I like watching the news every night, but it's always the same every night, you know. Any chance of some new news?" I said to him. He said, "I'll see what I can do." Anyway, they poisoned this Russian chap and blamed it on the Russians. That made a change for 1 or 2 nights, I thought. I phoned Osama. He had this dodgy land phone thing, you know. I said to him, "Do you know how far Afghanistan away from is here, mate?" He said, 1 mile. So I phoned George Bush up. I said, "She's only 1 mile away," I said to him. But they enjoyed themselves. Had a pint or 2 and pretended not to have met each other, you know. You know what they're like, these Osama type chaps with the drinking. Hide round the corner. He had a fag as well, as I remember. I said, "Hey mate, you got any 6? He said, "I just run out actually, mate." I said, "You liar." I was right, he had 40 in his back pocket. Anyway, it's a bit of a shame for them chaps, isn't it? You know, them Americans that live in America, it's a shame for them, eh? I'd be glad to go to Afghanistan myself anyway. I think that's the end of that one. Thank you. Well. I might do you another number as you enjoyed that one. See what we've got here.
11, 10.
Oh, I was going to save this one till the end, but I'll do it now. I like to start off all my songs by a little whistle, you know. Settles me in, gets me in the mood. And I like to dance, but I'm not allowed to dance anymore, so feel free to do so if you want to. This one's for Osama bin Laden in the future. Tie yellowing round the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years since you last seen me. The wife said, "Oh, I thought you'd been away for a while." I said, "I couldn't help it, you know, then police in Torquay." She said, "I've got your tea in the oven." I said, "Oh, thanks very much, what is it?" She said, it was a joke, she didn't, you know, got fed up making this tea. 2 years of tea being stored in the oven. One day, she thought, "I've had enough of this, you know." And I thought, well, I'm a bit hungry, you know, I could have had a few years worth of tea, I said. So she said, oh, the next time the neighbours complain, I won't forget. You know, I'll keep all your tea in the fridge for you. Thank you very much, I said. Whoa. Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree, that's my advice. Good boozer, the yellow ribbon. Go there every Sunday. Get barred every Sunday for annoying the landlord by tying yellow ribbons round it and not letting any customers in. But he doesn't call the police, though. He just calls his mates and I get a good hiding. There you go. This is the sensitive bit now. So you're contemplating life in prison. I do my own work now in prisons, you know, because I know I've learnt my lesson. So I like to give things back, you know, especially when I get paid for it. No charity in my household, I said to the chap from prison. Thank you. Well, now I'm serious now. Anyone got a topic they want to hear a joke about?
Golf.
Golf? That's already a joke. I was watching this comedy programme the other night. It started at midnight. It was on for 5 days. Cricket, it was called. Anyone like cricket?
No.
That's why you drink real ale, isn't it? I don't mean real ale, but I don't like cricket. You know that group 10cc? They should do a song that says, I don't like reggae, and I don't like cricket either, they should say. That's what I'd say anyway. And maybe they, I don't know, who to believe in this day and age, I tell you. Who was that other group who made a song? There was only one, wasn't there? The whole history of music, there was 10cc and another group. Forgot who it was now.
Genocide.
Who? Genocide, that's it, yeah. They should do a duet together. And me and you should, mate. We look similar, I think, don't we? Oh dear. Didn't go down too badly, can't be bad. All these people with hair laughing, eh? Typical. Anyway, I'll tell you an old joke, because I just remembered it. Walking down the road the other day, I saw this chap, mate of mine. No. Well, you've done that half an hour ago, mate. Blimey, I hope it was half an hour ago anyway. Anyway, this chap, mate of mine, he come up to me, he said, he was a bit cockney as well, you know, I've got one cockney mate. He said, I'm a bit of a tricky character. I said, I don't believe you, mate. He said, that was a trick. Walking down this road the other day, long-haired chap come up to me. He said, you want some LSD, mate? I said, what? You can still get some now, can you? I thought it was all euros now, I said to him. Can't help but be modern, that's my trouble. I went for a haircut the other day. I said to the chap, I said, look, mind this one here. Trying to get a quiff going, you know. What did you do? You cut it. Don't you see, look at that now. Take me another 10 years to attempt to get a quiff now, I said. That's why I like going to the boutiques, not the barber shops, you know. The trendy ones where the people who need good hairstyles, you know, where they go, you know. You know, it's £2.50 in a barber's to make a right bad job. 30 quid in a boutique, you get satisfaction, you know, good. You get a good hairstyle, I find, you know. Anyway, in the old days, I was walked in this barber's shop. I said to the bloke, cut me around the back, mate. He said, what's wrong with this room? I said, nothing but cut me around the back. I said, well, I haven't got much choice, have I, mate? I do chuckle at them old stories myself. Great. I That could be a good idea, that one. No, I've just done that one. Ooh. 10, I think we liked, didn't we? I haven't done this one for a good 17 years. I think the chap might be in prison now who wrote it. Let's hope so. Oh dear, I wrote this one. I wrote it in prison, I did. It reminds me of this place, this song does. Music everywhere. Oh, what an atmosphere. I do like a party with a good atmosphere. Pity I couldn't be there. Plenty of beer? Oh dear. Whoa. I see we're out here all together tonight having a good time, pretending we like comedy. Just like Russ Evans. And I said to him when I phoned him up, I said, hey Russ, you know, any chance of doing that song? He said, no. I said, oh, I'll do it anyway. I said, because I like an atmosphere more than you do. I said, oh no. He said, oh no. I said, glad we agree, Russ. Oh, what an atmosphere. I do like a party with a good atmosphere. You know, there are these jukeboxes and modern things at parties, don't they? You know, always get them wrong, I do. All the teenagers come up to me later saying, oh, you, clear off, get off our modern things, will you? I said, well, put some rock and roll on then. No. Oh, we were out there all together that night, everybody hand in hand. And we thought to ourselves, it's a bit boring, this party, why don't we go home, we said to ourselves. So we did do. We walked home, we got home, we thought it's a bit boring, let's have a relax. Oh no, let's go back to the party now, we've had a rest. Oh, what an atmosphere. I do really like a party with a good atmosphere. That's my trouble, I tell you. Not enough beer for my liking. I've had enough of this one as well. Thank you.
Rockabilly.
We do rock and roll later. Oh, hang on. It's something to that. No, it hasn't. I'm just looking at this. Come and have a look at this if you want. Just got me confused. I'll just explain how I didn't like things with electric in them, but you know, I've got gas-powered tape recorders in our house. It's true, actually. Bit of an ecologist type of chap, you know. All the gas is, you know, comes off the compost bin. You know, do enjoy a good banana about every half an hour. You know, after 10 years, you don't half get some good compost, I tell you. That's a true story, though. I had to leave the bananas this year. I don't know why, but... Anyway, let's tell some tales of famous folk, shall we? Not them ones, though. No. Bob Monkhouse. Oh, you've already heard that one? Ask this chap later about the Bob Monkhouse story. Who else was there? That Bob Monkhouse, that was it. I couldn't make it tonight. I could say something only my mates would get. I worked in this place actually for charity, you know, like a soup kitchen kind of place. And Seal came along one day, you know, the chap, the singer. And I was in the back, and the boss come in and he goes, "Seal for juice!" I said, "You got that wrong, mate." said, what should I say? He said, juice for seal. Say that again. He said, juice for seal, juice for seal. I thought he was Scottish, you know. Thought he was selling some juice, but apparently seal wanted juice anyway. That's that true story. The one about Bob Moncoso, he wrote to the Leicester Evening News the other day. You know, trouble is they didn't get it because there is no Leicester Evening News. I don't know if there is or not, but took a wild guess that there wouldn't be. Anyone been to any football matches recently?
Yeah.
Who would you go and see, mate?
I can't say.
No, don't
What,
say.
because you didn't go, or what?
I'll get my head kicked in.
I'm on your side, mate.
Alright. I went to see Derby Leicester on Saturday.
Ooh, come on, lad. Was it 0-0 by any chance?
Yeah, 1-1.
That's just as bad, though, isn't it? 1 each, Derby, Leicester.
1-0, he's
I'm lying.
he's trying to get away with it.
Last minute
Kicking,
disallowed goal, you see. Contentious.
Ah, good. You come all this way to, you know, be worried about getting beaten up, and I'm encouraging people to beat them up, so...
But we know we're rubbish.
Aye, so do we. Everyone in this room, that is. I've even forgot what team you support. That's how bad they are. I prefer them Burton Albion myself. But, did I swear then? Right. I've just about had it up, I think.
11.
11? Not allowed to do 11. In fact, I could do 11 and go and get myself a pint while I'm doing it. It's not a bad idea, actually.
Instrumental, is it?
No. But it's a great idea. I wish I thought that. I only did this by mistake, thank you. Here's track 11, hope you enjoy it. How do I put the... There you go, thank you. And I am not joking.
I was driving down the road the other day, up in the cab and down the motorway, with my dog at my side and my flask of tea. I began to realise I was feeling okay. When I thought of that far-off day, you see, I found my dog Sid when he was a little lonely stray. I tried not to cry anyway. He gave me a smile and I felt better for a while. I reached over to the CV, picked up a character on Channel 23. Got anything to say, mate? Not a bad bit of weather we've had recently. That's the sort of thing I appreciate.
If I can remember the words, I'd join in with myself, but I can't, so
No loud cheers.
I didn't ruin the time by just talking over the top of it.
So make it way go back a long way, 500 miles or so, as you already know.
Right, clear off, Ted.
We were talking on the CB, that.
I did find it was quite a good idea, you know. As you're all a bit miserable, and thought I'd try and cheer you up. Oh, blimey. Right, let's get down to business. Only 5 minutes to go. Oh, you just got... I told you that. Now, we were reminiscing earlier on, we were, of all these great jokes that I did in the past, you know, and we remembered a few good old classics, which I haven't done this one for, I'd say, 20... Well, I don't think I've ever done it live on stage, to be honest with you. Do you like seaside sort of saucy humour, you know? Oh dear. Anyway, I was at the seaside 20 odd years ago. Saw the local Seven Stone Weekly stood by these rock pools. I said, you won't catch any mussels there, mate. I saw these 3 rock pools. I thought to myself, well. Wish I could remember the other one. It was a laugh though, eh? Blimey, should have released that as a record. Oh, I did do that. But no one ever bought it though, that's why you heard it for the first time tonight. And I appreciate you hearing it for the first time tonight. I also appreciate me telling all the other jokes for the 1000th time tonight. And if I'm not bored, then why should you be? So, I do need some advice here actually, because it's always better to have a chat than you all be ignorant, you know. That's what I find anyway. Don't know if you agree or not, but probably doesn't look like it. Oh, dearie me. Right, local newspapers, what's it called round here? Mercury. At least it's not the Birmingham Mercury. I think that it comes out on a Sunday. Blimey, I bought the Sunday Post from Scotland. I thought that was bad till you get the Birmingham Mercury. Just because I took my collar off, you don't have to get all offended now, you know. You can say anything you want to. Be anything you want to. Eddie and the Hot Rods, good group. I do wish I could remember what I was going to say next. Rod Stewart, Bob Monkhouse. He tried coming round here 3 times and no one had let him in still, so... Rod Stewart though, there's a chap, eh? Well, he's just a chap, isn't he? Now, come on. Am I missing out on something here? I always thought he was a chap. That's all I've got to say about Rod. He's used to know him well, you know, till he got famous, and then he don't talk to me anymore, you know. I talk to him all the time, but, you know, you can never hear me living in Los Angeles. You know. There I am in my front room talking to him. I do get upset, you know. A couple of times a year, you know, birthdays, that kind of thing. But I'll do an impression now. Have I done that baldy chap? Oh, which baldy chap then? Too many baldy chaps to do too many impressions, that's what I say. You know, we'd be here all night if I had to do impressions of all the baldy chaps. Which is not a bad idea. Any baldy blokes you want to hear an impression of?
Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner, I've never done Yul Brynner. Frank Boff's not a baldy, is he? I don't know. No, when I saw him he had a bit of a hairstyle. Yul Brynner, I've never done Yul Brynner.
Clive Anderson.
No, I've done it, no. I'm struggling now. Yul Brynner, he's quite hard to do though, isn't he, Yul Brynner? Let me see now. I'll do
Bond.
Who?
Bond.
Bod, I don't do cartoons. Come on now. Come all the way to Leicester to be insulted like that. Hey, speak up if you want to insult me.
Man Elliot.
Nah, that's a good joke, that chap. Yul Brynner and another actor, Sean Connery, in this bar. One was sat over there, the other one was over there, so then nothing happened, you know. Well. There was one true story I had, but I'm struggling to find it. So I'll do you the last song tonight. I think. Number 2. No, I've done that one. 3. Done that one, eh?
7.
I haven't done this one. But I've done all my long-haired humour jokes, so... We'll try this one. To be going on with. If you don't all disappear, we'll see what happens. You can leave the room to this one, you can. Let's do that nice noise. a bit of a sad one, this one. It's all about when Yul Brynner and Sean Connery fell out in Los Angeles. Sean Connery said to me, he said, "Where's all your hair gone, mate?" Yul Brynner said, "Well, where's all your hair gone then, mate?" So they had this big argument, you know, and I tried my best to stop them, you know, but in the end I said to myself, cheer up, Ted. Have a good time yourself, you know. Forget about this sadness going on. I said to myself, so I walked round the corner to this other bar. There was some Hollywood type characters. I thought, I don't want to hang about with the riff-raff. I'll find a nice little pub round the corner, I thought to myself. Then I thought to myself, I'd better get myself back home again. The trouble is, it was 6,000 miles away. Forgot me wallet, you know, didn't have any cash, didn't have any return train tickets. Good train journey from Los Angeles to Torquay, you know. That's why I go there every year. Probably where I get the intimidatory antics from. Going to Los Angeles, you know what they're like there. I do. Anyway, like I was saying about this chap, my next door neighbour, this is the other one now I'm on about. I said to him, that's what I said to him. That's what I said to him. His wife and kids have just left him, you know. It was a good laugh that day, couldn't stand the chap, you know. Well, he said to me. I said, I'm not your mate anymore, mate. He said, have you got any beer? I said, plenty. Thank you. I could tell you that's a bit of a true story. Chap used to come round, he said, you got any beer? I said, yeah. Any chance of a couple of cans? Like, yeah, no problem, mate. He said, I'll give you back tomorrow. I never saw him for 3 weeks. I was getting a bit thirsty by then, so I had to go and look for him. Never found him though. Thank you, I think I've about had enough. And I hope you've had enough as well. Thank you, cheers. Coming on too early. I usually wait till most of you have gone, you know, but tonight I make an exception. This one should make you leave, but I forgot what number it was, so we could do Lucky Dip. 5.
Rocker and Rita.
No, we don't do that. I haven't got me backing group, you know. And that's not a joke, that's the truth. I did a concert in Wolverhampton the other day. Great it was, far better than this one. I just looked at my paper and I've still forgot again.
We all came to see you, Ted.
I remember you well. Thought it was Grant Mitchell in the audience. This will hopefully keep you sitting on your seats. I don't swear, mate. But I might do in a minute if you keep coming out with stuff like that. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, rock. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, rock. Blink, what's up with my watch? Clock strikes 12, I rock till 1. Clock strikes 1, I rock till 2. Clock strikes 2, I rock till 3. Clock strikes 3, we think, well, we're in Birmingham, might as well stay up for 2 nights. Whoa, clock strikes 6, we go, is that 6 o'clock? Let's stay up another couple of hours then. We got nothing to do, no work on a Sunday. Trouble is, it was a Monday. Oh dear, I said to myself. Bebopaloola, she's my baby. Bebopaloola, I don't mean maybe. Bebopaloola, I'm a bit shy, you know. I said, meet me at my house about 8:30. She said, no, you're all right, Ted. So I walked into another pub, I said, Bebopaloola, she's my baby. I got thrown out of that one. And I always get thrown out of that one because I can't help walking in and going, she's my baby. Trouble is, the landlord keeps thinking I'm on about his wife, so you know. But I am though. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, mate. Crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, mate. Crying all the time. You know, when Leicester get beat every week, you can't help but have a quick week, can you? You ain't nothing but a hound dog still. Trouble with hound dogs, they remain hound dogs, don't they? I don't know why he wrote this song. It doesn't make much sense to me, because, you know, I don't know. I don't mind dogs, you know. Oh, I thought that was the end of that one. Well, Elvis said to this dog, he said, hey, chef. Got the record. No idea what this one is. No wonder, because I've been in prison too long. I said to this chap, I said to this prison warden, I said, oi, let me out, mate. He said, no. I said, why is that? And he said, well, you're in prison now. I said, oh. Any chance of rocking to the jailhouse rock? He said, if you want to, it's nothing to do with me, he said to me. There I was in my cell, I had this chap from Cannock there. This is the bloke from near Leicester. Real boring bloke he was. I said to him, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block did not take my advice that night. I was on my own, trying to enjoy myself. It's the trouble with going to prison, you know. The other night, I did this concert. I said to myself, come on, Ted, let's get out of here. Well, everybody in the whole cell block followed me down the road that night. I'd just broken all these mates of mine out of Winton Green, you know. Had a good band, I did. Well, good job I didn't live in Torquay, that's what I said. There is one more. Is it the same one? I can't remember. Everybody was still in prison. Except for me and my mates, you know. They were all there, the wardens. Some chap called Spider Murphy. I don't know why he didn't come with us. Well. Thank you. I did remember a true story during that, but in the meantime, I've forgotten it. So, I'm going to get off now. Thank you very much.
Guitar Factory.
I have good one. No. Thank God for my baldy mate. When I used to live in Birmingham, I got the Evening Mail, and There was this article one day. These Chinese chaps, you know, they were going to come over and rob the factory. They were. Took them 20 years, but they didn't do it in the end. Oh, sorry. To offend any English chaps here tonight. Anyway, these Chinese blokes come over and went round the Long Bridge car factory, came out on Central News, and had the three English chaps here, three Chinese blokes, the interpreter in the middle, and said to the Chinese blokes, blah blah, and he said, good bit of weather we've had recently. It's a true story. Right, I'm going to go. I appreciate everything. Thanks very much.
Still don't get it.